I've been doing a lot of work here on the IROC, the old mallet machine, and we're going from the back to the front, you know, just like that old Metallica song. I'm surprised and excited at the same time because I got a actual convertible spoiler for this thing. Yeah, a bunch of junk. But anyway, found it off the marketplace there. Guy had it, and we worked out a deal for 200 bucks. So I don't know if you've ever tried to find a convertible spoiler or owned a convertible IROC or any of these third gens. For some reason, that's the first daggone thing they steal. But anyway, back to what we're doing tonight. So I've buttoned up all this stuff since the last time. Got the stereo wired in last night, and it works. It sounds pretty good, with the exception of this speaker's fuzzing. So tonight, we're going to do a little GM steering column 101. And tonight we're going to replace this switch, because it's kind of a three-piecer. You know, she just does what it do, and that's how you turn on the wipers and turn them off. Now, I believe if you have the original horn button, oh yeah, by the way, disconnect your battery, because if not, you're going to wake up the neighbors if it's like 9:30, 9:50, whatever, and you're in a pole barn. So anyway, but I think for the original stereo horn, you kind of just like pry that little original horn button off. For this one, apparently I got to unscrew it. I don't really know, and I'll tell you why I don't know. Is because I've never done one of these, not one of these steering wheels. I've torn apart a lot of GM steering columns, especially this is good for like probably almost like 60s through mid to late 90s probably, and even past that a little bit. The first thing, disconnect your battery. The second thing, if you're replacing this switch here or anything electrical. Oh, another thing, do you have this going on? That happens in GM tilt columns when people do this, and they'll let them, like, you know, go real fast up. What it does is it knocks the bolts loose. There's 3 of them in there. One's a real big pain in the booty, and 2 are not bad. So we're going to tighten 2, and we're going to call it good. I'll show you how to tighten those screws, where they are, all that good jazz. First, we're going to get this off of here, and you know, yours is going to be different. I've already disconnected the battery, so hopefully this is not too bad. But just give me a second. I'm going to take all these screws off. This should pop off, and then I'll show you more tools that you're going to need. In fact, let's just run through that real quick. What you're going to need is a snap ring presser down tool. I don't really know what it's called, but I can show you it. This thing here, they sell them at your local auto parts stores, and I'll show you exactly how that works. And this is a crank pulley puller and a steering wheel puller at the same time. To tighten those bolts, I believe they're a Torx, you know, the old star bits. A flathead screwdriver, you're going to need that for the snap ring that this presses down and all that. And you know what, we're going to wing it on the rest of it. So let me get the steering wheel off. I'll show you the next steps we take, and we'll go through it piece by piece, hopefully as good as I've ever done it, because you know, it's been a while. So it's going to be a refresher for me, and hopefully a learning experience for us both, you know, on all this good jazz. So give me a few minutes, and we'll get set up here with an actual light. Sit, and then we're going to go ahead and get in there. So this one had a little thing right here that clipped to the back of the steering wheel. pretty sure on the other ones you got to push down and twist that wire out, which we will do whenever we get further down. Also on your tilt lever, it's supposed to be hand tight. For some reason, somebody was filling their Wheaties and they torque the bejesus out of it. I don't know why. And then it looks like they put some thread sealer. Was you afraid that the tilt lever is going to fall off driving down the highway? I mean, that's just... I had to put vice grips on it. Derek would love that, you know. Anyway, for this, we're going to take that out, and we're going to take this out. There's a Phillips head screw in there you need to take out. So, I knew you'd need more tools. I was just testing you. Did you pass? And then you'll get to this part. So this clip, I think we should probably be able to take out with that small flathead. We're gonna find out. Make sure you drop your flathead. Let's see. I want to make sure you guys can see this. See that funky looking clip? I believe we can just kind of, well, shoot. Maybe. Come on. Come on. Pretty sure you can pry out of there like that. I think. Heck, I don't remember. Let me go get a smaller, maybe a pick, and kind of like pry out. See the way that this is open and these two are closed. So maybe we take a pick and just like work it out. All right, so I'm going to get a pick, and then it looks like you need maybe a 3/4-ish type socket for that big old nut right there. So let me grab those things and take this out. If you grab the right flathead, you can use it, and I didn't, so that's a plus. Dang it. So grab yourself a small flathead, a pick, and then, you know, then come back and do it again. Yeah. All right, give me a few more minutes. So on these aftermarket, if you have one of these, they're really different. So the nut that was on there was a 13/16, which I buzzed off. I hope you have electric, because it's, or some sort of impact, it's going to make it a lot easier. Now, for this one here, this, okay, hold on a second, I'm getting ahead of myself. So if you have one of these aftermarket deals, the wire slides up through all that, right? Well, you're going to see you have no way to pull it. So I just I took and threaded the nut back on here after I had buzzed it off. I threaded it on to protect these threads. I then smacked this, yes, this with a hammer. Not super hard, you don't have to. And I pulled on this a little bit. It actually come out really easy, which I'm thankful for. However, we're not done. Now, here comes the part for this tool. And the good thing is I've already adjusted it so far out of whack that now I've got to spend 3 minutes readjusting it. So how this works is you put this right here and you thread him down. I hope you can see that, guys. You thread that down on there. All right, now let me adjust this part. This will make it way more gooder. And as far as I know, you have to have one of these tools in order to do this, because you're removing the snap ring, which is way down there. Trust me, it's down there. So you got that tight. Now you just simply tighten this, and it pushes the face of this down, and it'll allow you to get to that snap ring pretty much with ease. See how she's just poking out? There's a snap ring, see it? Sure you can. You can see it from that angle. And then you can take your, where did it go? The pick. Screwdriver. Alright. Anything. The pick's going to be the best, I think, here. Or you can find the opening in the snap ring and try to pry up under it. Try to get the lip and shove out this way. Something. And if you think the lighting's bad where you're at, you gotta be right here at old ground zero. It ain't great. So there's a snap ring, right? That going this lighting. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that now. So we push down on the face and we're getting this, there it is, that snap ring right there off. So I'm actually going to come between these threads with my pick and pry up under and pull it off this way. Then I can release this tool, back it off, and we can take this off, our horn button, which is what this is, or horn wire rather. And then we'll set that to the next, the step. It's we'll set that aside and get to the next step, okay? So give me a few minutes because I know I can't do it one-handed. I can barely talk tonight, so give me just a few minutes. But you're definitely going to need this here tool because, yeah, just a few more minutes. All right, so now you get down to your horn button after you take off that plate. Your horn button comes next. You can put them up there. And also, whenever you take this off, there might be a little spring tension. It's this fella right here, okay? Now, this right here, see how he operates? There's a little Phillips head screw right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take that out so we can start to remove this. And you'll see here in a second how this arm fits in there. It's kind of neat. Don't worry if it falls out or you pull it out of there. It's not a big deal. It slides in. It's easy. Okay, see? Slides right in there. So, go ahead and put that feller up there. Now, this right here, we're also going to remove this because I'll show you how to replace your key and tumbler while I'm at it. And since you're here, you might as well learn all of it, right? That's the way I look at it. So, you see that here? There's a hidden Phillips screw. Right there, right there. Then you're gonna have to clock it. Oh, wait a minute, it was already there. There's one right here. But you see, if this thing isn't set to a certain position, you'll have to manually get it there to get that screw there. So there should be 3 of them. Like I say, all of these GM columns are the same pretty much. I mean, and you're going to get a bigger screwdriver than what you did whenever you took out this little guy, because if not, you're going to strip that out. Luckily you don't put tools back, so you got your screwdriver in here from last night. Now this is going to have a harness attached to it because it runs down the column, okay? But it'll still give you some leeway. I'm going to take that screw off one there. It isn't going to hurt anything, I promise you. And it looks like somebody may have been in here once. And I say that because there's a lot of, you know, lithium grease right there. So that's not necessarily a bad thing because actually the horn worked. So we're going to say that wasn't a bad thing on this one. Sometimes it's not a gooder thing. Not gooder at all. Now hopefully you got a magnetic tip on your screwdriver. I thought this one did. Yep, it does. Just keep all them screws together roughly in one place on your dash and then knock them off later and curse yourself. But Them screws there, I'm telling you, somebody was filling their Wheaties and that gone. Now the reason why we're taking these out is because we still have this slop going on, right? And I told you I was going to show you how to fix that. At least tightening 2 screws. The third one's way down there, and I ain't gonna lie, 97.9% chance, no, scratch that. 99.8% chance. Yeah, that's all you're going to need is just tighten 2. So now you can take this and pull it on out. Now you will see these 2 little contacts right here. If we were going to replace our key and tumbler, what we would do is pull those straight out, and there's a Torx bit right behind it. Hope you guys can see that. You pull that out right there, and there's a black Torx right there. You untwist it, and then you just roll the key forward and pull it straight out. Okay, now we're going to, what was we replacing in here? Oh yeah, this guy right here, this old switch. So for this fella, we've already got one ready somewhere. Oh dang it, what was that? Oh, that was you falling. Why'd you fall for? So for that, all we got to do is twist on the end right here, and this comes right off. So let's just see. Is that how she works? Oh, there she goes. See? And it just comes right off there. Now, down the column is where that wire is, right? Do you think you can fish that down the column with all these wires? That's a tough one. So I'm going to show you a little trick, and hopefully it works. I am going to drop the flashlight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire up here, and then I'm going to tape the end of our flash turn signal thingy. The end of the wire, I'm going to tape it to there, and then I'm going to go down here to where it connects and pull it through. I think that sounds like the best plan. So let's go ahead and just try it real quick. What do you think? All right, so the next time you see it, this will be cut off of here, and this will be taped onto it. Tape it real good, okay? Tape it real good. So give me just a few minutes to find my tape. What the world is that? Anyway, give me a few minutes to find my tape, cut this wire, and then hopefully we're pulling this thing down through, and we got some victory coming. All right, give me a few minutes. So you know how I told you it's been a while since I tore one of these apart? I forgot. I think I have to take it all the way down, because I think the tilt things are back here, if I remember right. Back here, sorry. You was looking at this. It's back there. Anyway, take out these 3 Torx bolts. 1, 2, and then there's 3. Then you'll pull out your little contacts like I told you. There's a metal spring in here. Be careful of that, okay? And then there's another 20 size Torx that holds in your key and tumbler. Once you take that out, your key comes out. So that's how you replace key and tumbler. And I'm thinking, yep, come on, thinking this is how this comes apart, and then we should be able to tighten up our with the steering and all, yeah, that stuff. So give me a few minutes to pull this back and see if I can remember exactly how to tighten it. If not, we may just have a loose steering column. So give me a few minutes. Well, we finally got it fished down through, but the not so gooder news is I don't remember how to tighten these columns. And I ain't gonna lie, this old dog is battered, beaten, worn tonight. So we fished it down through here. Now there is a clear tubage, has a slit down the side. That's what this thing fits in. You are not, I repeat, you are not going to get that thing all the way down through right here. It slides down right here, okay? Let me show you guys. Right here in this opening where I'm blocking with my hand. This tube slides right down in there. So once you get it to here, you're going to have to open that slide right here, that little slit right there, put that through and pull it on through the rest of the way. And then you plug her back in right down here where you unplugged it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm not going to lie, this thing was a tricky booger. And my electrical tape, yeah, that's painter's tape on there, because my electrical tape apparently is very old and junk. Another trip to the parts store just for tape. I didn't tonight. I used painter's tape that I had. So anyway, we're going to put this back there and hook it all in, and then we're going to put this horrible contraption of what used to be a steering column back together. And that's going to be it for tonight. So give me a few minutes, we'll wrap that all up, and then we'll just start reassembling. And this was definitely not my most fun project ever. Just give me a few minutes. So I wanted to tell you guys, before I get too far back into putting this thing together, remember that arm you took out right here? This one? Well, there's a little aluminum body that it slides into right here. It's a little channel, and it's attached to where you can, hopefully you guys can see that. Can you see that? Darn it. Just bad lighting, I'm telling you. Well, anyway, it slides right into a channel. Long story short, if this isn't holding this to where it needs to be and it ain't doing that, you don't have it in the right spot. It has a little channel to fit in. Another thing, on your can tumbler, I probably should have showed this to you whilst I had it out. Remember the two little thing that had the two little copper arms that come off? If you can't get that thing pushed back in, and you look down in between the little spring that sticks up for the can tumbler, you'll see a little plastic. It's plastic, I promise you. I don't even know how to describe it. A little plastic thing that sticks down. You can easily shove it up with a pick, slide that in, and boom, you've got those little ears back in. Let's see, what else? I think that's all I've ran back into. I hope to goodness you guys don't take out this little panel here. You can take, I don't even think you have to slide this off. You can get away with feeding that wire clear up here, okay? I believe. I took it down because I thought that I remembered how to tighten that. My fault, guys. I am just too darn tired, and you know, we're gonna be going on vacay. Going down to my favorite place, the Outer Banks. Love that place. But anyway, and it's like the day before a big old drive, so this was real smart of me to do, and I feel good about it. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and button this up. I just want to show you those few things. Don't forget, whenever you're getting back to this plate right here, you have to use this tool again to push that down and force that snap ring back on. All right, and I think that's it. Don't forget your little horn button. You got to squeeze him down in there and twist that little notch into that fella right there. If you do not, your horn isn't going to work. So yeah, so anyway, we're going to hook all this back up. and hopefully we're done in like 15-20 minutes, because it is like midnight-ish. Yep. And old dad needs a shower and a nap, because big day tomorrow. Got a lot of stuff going on. So give me a few minutes to wrap this up and we'll be done for the night. All right, just give me a few minutes. Well, guys and gals, we got her all back together, and the horn even works. And daggone it, you know what I forgot? The little spongy thing that goes around here. But anyway, that'll be enough for this episode. All I gotta do is just zip off that steering wheel and goodness gracious. Anyway, so sorry this one wasn't as good as what I wanted it to be. I really wanted it to be a lot more in depth, but I ain't gonna lie, I've been like busting my butt trying to get this thing together, because we have other plans that's going to take quite a while, you know, just saying. You know, we got to get her together. And I'm tired, oh my goodness. But the horn works and turn signals and all that good jazz, so we're calling that a victory. And if you guys got any questions, just shoot me a question. You can get me on the Book of Faces. My name's Right Turn Garage on there. You can ask me on here, whatever you guys need. But I just want to thank you guys for watching. You guys have made doing these videos really great for me. We're almost up to 160, so that's freaking awesome to me. And hopefully this was good for you guys. It was okay for me, because I bloopered quite a bit, so. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to get a hold of me, and I'll try to answer it. The steering column we'll have to come back to on the tightening it, because it's late. It's real late. But I just want to thank you guys for watching, and it's going to get a lot better. We're going to get, I don't really remember what the next step is on this one. I think it's a power steering line, because I know I have it over there amongst that mess. So hopefully it's that. I think it is, but we're moving forward, okay? And thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time here on Right Turn Garage TV.